showing you speed test scores and how fast you can download the third season of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Amazon. You know, actually, there is one cool thing with 5G that I was able to do on this phone, and that was have an HD FaceTime call over cellular. So yeah, that's nice. More of that, please. Connecting to 5G can tax your phone's battery. So one of the clever features Apple implemented in terms of software is called Smart Data, which balances your needs for data, speed, and power. Smart Data looks at a number of factors to determine if 5G is needed, like is your screen on or are you playing music? It also looks at network traffic. And if using 5G isn't needed, it'll automatically switch you to a 4G connection. Smart Data can even switch between different bands of 5G that your carrier offers, which I think is really cool, especially as 5G networks grow down the line. And if you want, you can override Smart Data and select to have 5G connectivity all the time. It's really up to you. But let's switch from 5G and talk about the cameras. The iPhone 12 has the exact same cameras as the iPhone 12 Pro, except the iPhone 12 Pro has a telephoto camera and LiDAR. More on that in a moment. But the phones aren't just dependent on hardware to take good photos and videos. Apple's new A14 Bionic chip, along with software and machine learning, allows for improvements to, well, pretty much everything. For example, the 12 and 12 Pro have the same hardware for their ultra-wide-angle camera as last year's 11 and 11 Pro. But the 12 and 12 Pro have software to correct the lens distortion. Now take a look at these ultra-wide-angle photos of a brick wall. Here it is taken with the 11, and here it is taken with the iPhone 12 Pro. Now, that's quite a difference. The main wide-angle camera on both phones has a faster lens that lets in more light. The new lens, combined with Smart HDR3, yields truly amazing photos with accurate colors and solid dynamic range. Night mode is now on the ultra-wide-angle and selfie camera. I'm shocked at how good some night mode photos came out, even selfie portraits that I took. The aforementioned telephoto camera on the 12 Pro is a huge step up in zoom compared to the 12. But there are a number of phones that offer much longer zooms with better results. In terms of video, especially on the iPhone 12 Pro, the focus is fantastic and was able to track me even when I was shooting at night. And that's because of the LiDAR sensor. In fact, some of the clips in this review video were shot on the iPhone 12 Pro. Let's move on from cameras and talk about performance. The new A14 Bionic chip, which is also used in the iPad Air, powers both of these phones. And to be honest, yeah, it's kind of hard to see the difference in speed over the A13 chip, which is still very fast and very peppy. The A14 chip is as much about power right now as it is about future-proofing your phone so it can handle iOS 17 in a few years. But I did run performance benchmark tests on the new phones, and both the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro recorded the highest scores of any phones CNET has ever tested. Playing games was fast and fun, AR apps were lively and never stuttered. In terms of battery life, I got through a day, and the next morning for the most part, though I want more time to really take a look at battery life, especially when I'm not spending every second testing, photographing, and reviewing these phones. Now, I was able to run a single battery test with a looped video playing at 50% brightness in airplane mode, and the iPhone 12 Pro lasted 15 hours and 56 minutes, while the 12 lasted 17 hours and 14 minutes. Now, obviously, we have to run more tests on the 12 and 12 Pro, so check back to my review article on CNET for updates. But so far, pretty good. In terms of charging, the phone comes with a USB-C to Lightning cable, which can offer some super fast speeds. If you haven't heard by now, Apple is no longer including a pair of wired earpods in the box or a power adapter. And then there's MagSafe, which uses magnets in the phone to help position it more ideally on the new MagSafe wireless charger that you can buy. The idea is it will charge your phone more efficiently. Also, I tried out some MagSafe cases, which work really well and allow for wireless charging through the case without the loss of power. But These magnets also allow for this detachable wallet with or without a case switch. I never thought I was a wallet guy, but this won me over. I'm excited by the idea of MagSafe. I'm excited to see what Apple and third-party companies use it for. But last, let's talk about durability. And there's a lot to talk about here. Both phones have a new material that covers the screen called ceramic shield. It starts off as glass, and then it gets infused with nano ceramic crystals. Now, when this happens, it's no longer considered glass. And Apple claims it offers 4 times the protection when it's dropped. I'm not sure exactly what that means, and I don't know how you test for that, but I do know my colleagues will be putting the 12 and 12 Pro through a series of drop tests, as well as water tests to see if Apple's claims hold up. Now, the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro are both rated for IP68 water and dust resistance and can withstand being submerged in water up to a depth of 6 meters. In the time I had the phones, it handled spills just fine, some rain just fine, and being submerged in water just fine. To wrap things up here, the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro are amazing phones, but we only have half the picture right now because there's also the iPhone 12 mini, which I'm particularly excited about because of its petite size and value proposition. And there's the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which on paper maxes out the size of the phone's display and offers camera improvements that none of the other iPhones 12 have. So that's all I got, but I want to hear from you. What do you think of the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro? Is there one you'd pick over the other? Is there one you're planning on buying? And if so, how would you choose between these two? Throw your thoughts in the comments.